Okay, firstly, welcome to the School of NPC and NSSP. And today also we are going to discuss about the role of Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose in the freedom struggle. Okay, two important personalities we are going to discuss today. So please remember, the topic for today is the role of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose. See, every year, 4 to 5 questions, okay, will come from these two topics, two important personalities. These are the two persons who have brought independence to India. Okay, the supreme leader. So this is too important. We will first begin with Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, I think some of your friends will come again. Yes, we'll wait for it. Just 2-3 minutes. Okay. Role of Mahatma Gandhi. You see, these days, the modern India, they are asking about the personal life of the freedom fighters. Okay, so the question is becoming tougher now. Personal life of the person. They might ask you the personal life of Mahatma Gandhi. Where has Mahatma Gandhi studied when he was a childhood? What was the sports he was interested? What was the social activities he undertook before he joined the national movements and all? So I'm telling you, for ancient, yes, come in. For ancient medieval, you just study the basic. Okay, but for modern India, you have time now. 1 year, this whole year. So please research. Go for research on the important personalities of the freedom fighters. Important one, plus 20 to 30. Okay, maximum 30 you can go. So that you get the highest mark in the mains. No one can drop you. Research and reform is too important. These days, if you don't go for research, you will never crack this. The exam is becoming tougher, conceptual. And the cutoff also, see now the cutoff is less again. Before it was 110, 15, but these days the cutoff is hardly 101, right? 101, 95, 96 now. So yes, you can make it. Anytime you can make it. So please remember all this. We will first start with the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, the role of Mahatma Gandhi. We will study some of the personal life of this important person from the NPC point of view. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma means the great soul. Okay, and actually his real name was Mohandas Karamchand. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, please write down, was born on 2nd October 1869 at Porbandar. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869 at Porbandar in Gujarat. See, remember, this question was asked. 2nd October is celebrated as International Day of Non-Violence. Okay, this was asked in 2019 prelims. 2nd October is celebrated as International Day of Non-Violence. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, his birth anniversary. And he died in the year 31st January, yes, 1948. The dead year, 31st January 1948. So see, we all know he is known as the father of the nation, right? Who brought independence to India. So see, he will never join the politics, Indian national movement directly. Okay. From 1917 till 1947 is known as the Gandhi era. Okay, this is often asked. This is too important. Just one mark in PC prelims. Gandhi era started from 1917 till 1947. That means from 1917 till 1947, he is going to launch. The most important one. Okay, the most important movement in India. Alright, so 1970 to 1947 is known as the Gandhi era. But before that, we will see his personal life. What was his profession, or might be what was the experience that he got before he joined the national movement. So see, for the first time, Mahatma Gandhi, as a young man, 1893 is too important. 1893 is the year when he went to South Africa. And he was a lawyer by profession, too important. Mahatma Gandhi was a lawyer by profession. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi is a lawyer by profession. So, his clan, that means his relative, known as Dada Abdullah. Dada Abdullah. See, Dada Abdullah was his clan. What was his family? Who was facing a case in South Africa? For that reason, he went to South Africa in the year 1893. But unfortunately, see, what happened is that in South Africa, he came to know the discrimination which was given to the Asian people, especially the Southeast Asian people. Alright, so see, what happened is that Mahatma Gandhi started his first civil disobedience movement in South Africa. Too important, not in India. Mahatma Gandhi, for the first time, started his first civil disobedience movement in South Africa. What is this civil disobedience movement? Not to obey the government, right? You have to overthrow the government. You have to fight against the government. Civil disobedience movement means you have to fight against the government because the government is not good. So let's see. The main reason. Okay, let's see the main reason why Mahatma Gandhi started his first civil disobedience movement in South Africa in the year 1906. In the year 1906. So let's see. Please write down. Mahatma Gandhi started his first civil disobedience movement in South Africa in the year 1906. 1906. Against the passing of Asiatic Mahatma Gandhi started his first civil disobedience movement in South Africa against the passing of Asiatic Ordinance. Alright. So let's see, what is this Asiatic Ordinance? Asiatic Ordinance means, suppose see, every Asian people, okay, who are working in South Africa as a labor or in the industry or in the farm sector, they have to carry a registration card, just like an ILP. Okay. So this was considered very much insult to the South Asian people, especially by Mahatma Gandhi. So see, he said, no, why should I carry the registration card? Whether we're all the same people, why should I carry the registration card with me? No, I will not carry this registration card. For that reason, he started the first civil disobedience movement in South Africa against the passing of Asiatic Ordinance in the year 1906. That's the reason he was arrested for the first time. 1908 is too important. 1908 is the first time Mahatma Gandhi was arrested in South Africa when he failed to register or leave Transvaal. See, Transvaal is a very important place in South Africa. Alright, so see, when the authority of South African people have asked him, where is your registration card? He said, no, why should I show you the registration card? For that reason, he was arrested for the first time in the year 1908 because he failed to show the registration card to the South African people. That's the reason. And he was kept in Johannesburg. Okay, Johannesburg is the area in South Africa where he was kept in jail. 1908, Johannesburg. So this is all about and remember, he won the first battle in South Africa. Okay, now he got the experience, he lived in jail, he also started the civil disobedience movement. Now he's going to come back to India. Please write down. He published an important magazine in South Africa known as the Indian Opinion in 1904. Indian Opinion. Indian Opinion is the magazine which was published by him in South Africa in the year 1904. Okay, please write down Phoenix Firm. He also founded the Phoenix Firm in 1904. This is very important. Phoenix Firm in 1904. So see, this Phoenix Firm was founded by Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1904 to teach the freedom fighters about how to survive, like hand weaving and clothing and all. Okay, just like a hand weaving and cloth making industry was taught in this Phoenix Firm, where you will learn how to, just like if you're a lady, you know how to weave the clothes and all. Okay, so cloth weaving and farming. Well, farming sector or the cloth weaving and all were taught in this house. Alright, where? In 1904, Phoenix Firm. Next is the Tolstoy Firm. The Tolstoy Firm. Next is the Tolstoy Firm, 1910. The Tolstoy Firm. Please write down. He also founded the Tolstoy Farm in 1910 to house the families of the Satyagrahas. That means Satyagraha means the freedom fighters. Okay, to house means the place where we live. Okay, to house the families of the Satyagraha means to welcome those people and see these people will live in this house, the Tolstoy Farm, as well as to teach them how to sustain a way of life. That means for surviving, okay. For footing and shelter, it is going to be taught in this house, known as the Tolstoy Farm. 1910, the Tolstoy Farm. Okay, next please write down. He came back to India on 9 January 1915. He came back to India on 9 January 1915 during the Viceroy of Lord Harding. Lord Harding. He came to India on 9 January 1915 during the Viceroy of Lord Harding. Lord Harding was the Viceroy of India when he came back to India. Okay, the British government, the British government has given him a very important award known as the Kaiser-i-Hind. It's a very important award given to him because he helped the British during the Boer Wars. The British has given him a very important award known as the Kaiser-i-Hind, which was given to him in recognition of his contribution during the Boer War. B-O-E-R, Boer Wars. So in this war he helped the British. That's the reason he was given a very important award known as the Boer Wars. Okay, next. Now he will settle down in India. Okay, this is all about the South Africa. As of now, it's all about the South Africa. So this is the experience that he has got before he started the national movement in India. So let's see how he started the movement, how he entered the Indian politics. Let's see. Okay, so see, we all know the Gandhi era. The Gandhi era will start from 1917 and it will end up in the year 1947 when India got independent. Okay, so today our topic is going to be the Gandhi era. So see, everything is connected. Every modern India is connected with this Gandhi era. Okay, they are interconnected because we're all fighting for independence. We're all fighting for independence. So let's see now. What factors motivate him to enter the Indian politics? So see, please write down. Gandhi first public address in India. Gandhi first public address in India after returning from South Africa. Gandhi first public address in India. Gandhi first public address in India after returning from South Africa was on the occasions of the opening ceremony of the Banaras Hindu University. Banaras Hindu University. 1916. Very much important. Where will you first find Mahatma Gandhi after he come back from South Africa? During the opening of the Banaras Hindu University in 1916. 1916. And 1916, Lucknow, December season. Okay. In the year 1916. Okay. In the year 1916. Alright. Mahatma Gandhi attended the first Indian National Congress season for the first time. Mahatma Gandhi attended the first Indian National Congress season for the first time in the year 1916. December seasons of 1916, too important. December seasons of 1916. December seasons of 1916. The first season. Okay, please write down the journal or the magazine which was ideated or founded by Mahatma Gandhi. The journal or the magazine. Alright. First is Indian Opinion, I have already given you, which was published in South Africa. Next is Harijan in Young India. Harijan and Young India. Harijan in Young India. Harijan in Young India and Indian Opinion are the three important magazines ideated by Mahatma Gandhi. Indian Opinion, Young India, and Harijans. These are the three important books published, these are the three important magazines ideated or published by Mahatma Gandhi. Next is the important literature, which was published by Mahatma Gandhi. Most important literature works compiled by Mahatma Gandhi. Number one, My Experiment with Truth. My Experiment with Truth and Hind Swaraj. Hind Swaraj. Hind Swaraj. Hind Swaraj and My Experiment with Truth. Hind Swaraj and My Experiment with Truth. Hind Swaraj and My Experiment with Truth. Hind Swaraj and My Experiment with Truth are the two important literary works of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. Okay. Chambara Satyagraha is the first civil disobedience movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi in India. Okay. Mahatma Gandhi for the first time launched the first civil disobedience movement in India, which is known as the Chambara Satyagraha. Chambara Satyagraha. Chambara Satyagraha. Chambara Satyagraha. Okay, so let's see what is this Chambara Satyagraha. Okay. Let's see what is this Chambara Satyagraha. Remember, indigo. When I say indigo means it's a plant. Okay, it's a farming sector, plantation, indigo plantations. So it's just like kind of a farming. So what happened is that the British in India has forced the farmers of the Chambara to grow the indigo and sell to the British at the price fixed by the British. and sometimes they will not pay. Okay, so it was an insult. The indigo cultivation means it's a plant, okay, which is to be grown by the farmers of India in Bihar. Jambaran is in Bihar. So the farmers of Bihar have to grow the indigo and they have to sell the product to the British at the price fixed by the British. Sometimes they will not pay even the just like the price, the money, okay. So it was an insult. And indigo cultivation is also known as Tinkadia system. Sometimes if indigo cultivation is not there in your option, go for Tinkadia system. Same, okay. Tinkadia system and the indigo cultivations are same. So what happened is that Rajkumar Shokla is an Indian farmer who invited Mahatma Gandhi to the Chambaran. Rajkumar Shokla was a farmer who invited Mahatma Gandhi to Chambaran. You come to Chambaran, we are having a hard time. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi led the movement for the first time. This is the first civil disobedience movement launched under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi in India. Do not confuse with South Africa. Okay, 1906 against the Asiatic Ordinance is different. So the British asked Mahatma Gandhi, you have to leave immediately. You have to leave immediately. But no, he never listened. In fact, he has made an alliance with partner with the farmers of Jambaran, and this is how Mahatma Gandhi launched the first civil disobedience movement, and it was a very successful one. Alright, it was a very successful one. So this is how he launched the movement, and this is how he got the first success in India. The first civil disobedience movement is known as the Chambaran Satyagraha. No more indigo plantation, Tinkadia system, abolished. Okay, it was a bad one. So this is all about the Chambaran Satyagraha. The people of the Chambaran were forced to grow indigo, and they have to sell to the British at the price fixed by the British. So it was like an insult. It was like a forced labor. So it was abolished. First hunger strike, 1918. Ahmedabad hunger strike. The first hunger strike launched by Mahatma Gandhi in India, known as the Ahmedabad hunger strike, which occurred in the year 1918. Okay, 1918. Because of a reason. Ahmedabad hunger strike is in Gujarat. Okay, 1918 is in Gujarat. It is the first hunger strike launched under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. But let's see the reason. What was the main problem? What was the issue? The issue is like this. It was an issue which occurred between the owners and the workers. Okay, Ahmedabad is a place where there is an industry. So it's a dispute between the manager, the owners, and the workers. The workers wants to increase the salary. Okay, because they're having a hard time. Just like pandemic, okay, kind of a drought. Alright. Just like a pandemic, might be a bad disease going on in the city of Ahmedabad. So that's the reason the workers wants the owners to increase their salary. You increase our salary by 50% since we're having a hard time. The bad disease like the COVID-19 is going on. Okay, so just like an epidemic, a disease is going on. So that's the reason, increase our salary. But the male worker said, I can increase your salary, but only 20%. 50% no. I cannot increase your salary. So Mahatma Gandhi intervened and he led the movement. He went for hunger strike. And at the end of the day, the mill owners increased their salary by 35% at the end of the day. Okay, not by 20 but 35%. This is how the first hunger strike was again a successful one. Okay, after mass strike, the workers were able to increase their salary by 35%. Their demand was 50, but no. After mass again 35%. So this is how the first hunger strike was launched by Mahatma Gandhi, 1918. Okay, one more. Kida Satyagraha. It is also in Gujarat. Okay, it is also in Gujarat. So, Kida Satyagraha is also something to do with the farmers. Okay. What happened is that a drought-like conditions. Okay, there was no rain, so farmers were unable to produce more. So the farmers have appealed to the British, please reduce our revenue taxations. But instead of listening to the to the farmers, the British have in fact increased the revenue collection. So it was like an insult again. A situation is going on, a bad situation like a drought kind of a situation is going on. So what happened is that the farmers appealed to the British, please reduce our revenue taxation because we're having a hard time. But instead of reducing, they increased the revenue collection taxes. That's the reason Mahatma Gandhi was called up again. You have to lead the movement. So see, this is very important. Actually, it was Mahatma Gandhi who led the movement, but inside, in the front, in the field, physically it was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister of India, the Iron Man of India, who led the movement. Please write down, this is too important. Actually, it was Mahatma Gandhi, but the real leader was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Remember? Mahatma Gandhi was the spiritual leader of the Khita Satyagraha. Please write down one more point. In Khita Satyagraha, who was the spiritual leader? It was Mahatma Gandhi. But the real leader who led the movement from the front, who participated was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister of India. In Sardar means, Sardar is a title, okay, it's like a senior most title, where we respect the seniors and all, okay. So Sardar is a title given by the farmers of Khita Satyagraha. Sardar is a title given to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel by who? By the people of, by the farmers or the peasants of Khita in Gujarat. Please write down that one, okay? That is the only thing, and it was a very good, successful one. Next is the roulette egg. Next is the roulette egg. The first All India political movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi is against the passing of roulette egg. For the first time, all over India, now Mahatma Gandhi is going to take the lead against an egg known as the roulette egg. So let me first explain what is a roulette egg. Roulette egg, R-O-W-L-A-T-T. Roulette egg is an egg passed by the British, okay, against the Indians in the year 1919, Feb 1919. So what is this roulette egg? It is something to do with to erase the freedom fighters in India. In short, roulette egg was an egg passed by the British to erase the freedom fighters of India. And you can be arrested without any trial. And you can be deported outside India for 2 years. So it was a great insult to the Indians. That is why roulette egg is also known by another name known as the black egg. Alright. Roulette egg is also known by another name known as the black egg. So what is this roulette egg? It means to erase the Indians, freedom fighters, without any trial. And you can be deported outside India for 2 years. So it was a great insult. So for the first time, Mahatma Gandhi take the lead. All India movement, all over India. First All India political movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi against the passing of the roulette egg on 6 April 1990. 6 April 1990. He led the movement. And it was a very tremendous success one, and it was all over India. Okay, very important from the NBC point of view. Please remember all this. This is going to be answered from NBC point of view against the passing of the roulette egg. So far, any confusions? It was the first Mahatma Gandhi All India political movement. Yes, any confusion so far? Okay, next I'm going to discuss the non-cooperation movement. Alright. From ABC point of view, which is a very important one. Mahatma Gandhi started the non-cooperation movement on 1st August 1920. But for what reason? Only one reason: to get independent from India. Okay, we have to fight for independence and we will get independent. That was the slogan. Non-cooperation means you will not cooperate with the government of British. No, you will not cooperate. You will fight against the British. As a government teacher, if you have the confidence, you resign from your government office. As a school student, do not study in the government school. But remember, one thing, non-payment of taxes was not included. Only one thing, remember, till now you have to pay taxes to the British. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi never asked the people not to pay taxes. Tax was never included. Okay, you will wear only Indian clothes. Swadeshi. Swadeshi means I will wear only Indian clothes. I will buy only the product which is manufactured by the Indians. Swadeshi products, everything was included. You will never cooperate with the government in any sector. You will never ever obey the government in any way. That was the slogan of Mahatma Gandhi in this movement. Okay, so non-cooperation movement was a movement launched by Gandhi on 1st August 1920 against the British to get independent from the British. In short. But again, here, even the Muslim, okay, one more thing. Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement, 1919. Alright. Khilafat movement is a Muslim movement which was launched in the year 1919. 1919, the First World War is going on. Okay, 1919 is going to come to the end of the First World War. So what happened is like this. The British have declared that after the end of the First World War, Khilafah. Khilafah means the spiritual head of the Muslim, just like the Jesus Christ of the Christians. So the British have declared that after the end of the First World War, we will not recognize Khilafah as your religious head. That was a big insult to the Muslim. So that's the reason Khilafah movement of 1919 merged with the non-cooperation movement of Mahatma Gandhi. This was asked at NBC. Which movement merged with the non-cooperation movement? The Khilafat movement of 1919. And it was a big successful one. Alright. It was a big successful one. And because of this, Mahatma Gandhi said something. India we will get independent within a year if Hindus and Muslims are united in this way. This is the movement where Mahatma Gandhi says that India will get independent within a year if the Hindus and the Muslims are united in this way. For the first time. Too important. Which movement? Non-cooperation movement. Chauri Chaura incident. Chauri Chaura incident in Uttar Pradesh. Something to do with the non-cooperation movement now. I'm going to discuss something, okay? Chauri Chaura incident of 1922. See, on 5th Feb 1922, something happened in Uttar Pradesh, in a police station. We all know we are against the government, right? Non-cooperation means we will fight against the government. So you are going to be obviously arrested. So what happened is that when the supporters of Mahatma Gandhi were arrested and given a jail known as Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, the mob, the supporters of Mahatma Gandhi, has burned down a police station and 22 policemen were killed. 22 policemen were killed on Feb 5, 1922. Because of that reason, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the non-cooperation movement on 12 Feb 1922. Please write down. On 12 Feb 1922, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the movement because of this reason. Because he came to the conclusions that the people of India have not understood the meaning of non-violence, right? Because for Mahatma Gandhi, no, I will get independent by only peaceful means, not through violence, not through bloodshed, not through force. We will get independent by non-violence. Any confusion? So, this is often asked in BEC. Why did Mahatma Gandhi suspended the non-cooperation movement on 12 Feb? Because of the Chowri Chowra incident. But the Chowri Chowra incident happened on 5th Feb 1922. And he suspended on 12 Feb 1922. Because of this reason. Because he came to the conclusion that no, the people of India have not understood the meaning of non-violence. Non-violence. Okay, next is the civil disobedience movement of 1930. The next important political movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi is known as the civil disobedience movement. So let's see. Okay, let's see what is this civil disobedience movement of Mahatma Gandhi again. One of the largest again. In this movement, salt was chosen as a symbol. Okay, salt was chosen as a symbol of the civil disobedience movement. But let's see what is all about this civil disobedience movement. It is like this. Mahatma Gandhi has given to the British a warning. If you don't give us independence by 1929, we will launch one of the biggest movements in India, which is known as the civil disobedience movement. Alright, and it was launched on 12 March 1930, and Sal was chosen as a symbol with 78 followers. Often asked in BC, with how many followers he has launched the civil disobedience movement? With 78 followers. So let's see what is all about this one. See, why Sal was chosen as a symbol? There should be some reason, right? Salt, the cheapest product, even now, the salt is just around 10 to 20 rupees, right? But salt was used as a sample because of, see, the British, even the cheapest product was not exempted from taxations. The British, we have to pay taxes to the British on every product, even salt. So, Mahatma Gandhi chose salt as the symbol of the civil disobedience movement. And this is the moment where Mahatma Gandhi says that you don't have to pay taxes to the British. For the first time, taxation was included. In non-cooperation movement, he never asked the people not to pay taxes. But in this movement, Mahatma Gandhi appealed to the people, you have to not pay taxes to the people because we are Indians. Why should we pay taxes to another country? Yes. So, civil disobedience movement was launched on 12 March 1930, and on 6 April, the place where the sun was manufactured, Mahatma Gandhi traveled 24 miles, which is equivalent to 385 kilometers from Sabarmati Ashram, from Tanti. Tanti is the place, okay? From Tanti is the place in Gujarat. From Tanti, and where is the salt manufacture location? It's at Sabarmati Ashram. From Tanti, Mahatma Gandhi traveled to Sabarmati Ashram, which is also in Gujarat. So, how many miles from Tanti to Sabarmati Ashram was 240 miles, which is equivalent to 385 kilometers. He traveled by foot with 78 followers. Too important, this right now. With 78 followers, not 79. Okay, it is 78 followers. It is 78 followers. Mahatma Gandhi, along with his followers, traveled 78, and there are 78 followers with him. Okay, so this is very important from the MPC point of view. From Tanti to Sabarmati Ashram, the mile is 240 miles, which is equivalent to 385 kilometers. And with how many followers? 78 followers. And for the first time, he break the sal law. Okay, I will take sal without paying the taxes. Why should I pay taxes? So now see, I get this right now. Mahatma Gandhi suspended the civil disobedience movement on 5th March 1931. 5th March 1931. Because of this reason, Gandhi again suspended the civil disobedience movement on 5th March 1931 because of an agreement known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed. The Viceroy of India or the Governor General of India, Mr. Lord Irwin, okay, they come to conclusions. Lord Irwin, the Viceroy of India, appealed Mahatma Gandhi. You stop the civil disobedience movement, we can come to conclusions. Because of that reason, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the civil disobedience movement on 5th March 1931 and signed an agreement known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So let's see what is this agreement. This is often asked in NBSC. Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi-Irwin Pact. On 5th March 1931, it was signed. So let's see what is there. What is this agreement? This right now. According to this agreement, according to this agreement, the British government agreed. According to this agreement, the British government agreed to withdraw all ordinance. The British government agreed to withdraw all ordinance and end prosecution. And end prosecution. And end prosecution. Prosecutions. Release all the political prisoners. Release all the political prisoners. And restore the confiscated property. And restore the confiscated property. Confiscated property means the seized property, okay, which has been captured by the British. Release all the political prisoners and restore the confiscated property of the Satyagrahas of the satyagrahas and permit the free collections of and permit the free collections or manufacture of salt. Too important. And permit the free collections or manufacture of salt. On the other hand, Mahatma Gandhi decided to attend the Round Table Conference in London. On the other hand, Mahatma Gandhi decided to attend the Round Table Conference in London. So that's on the British side. They have released all the political prisoners which were imprisoned during the civil disobedience movement. They also has given all the property which was seized during the movement. And on top of that, on the other hand, Mahatma Gandhi says, okay, I will suspend the non-civil disobedience movement and I will also attend the Round Table Conference where we can negotiate for the independence of India. Next, Mahatma Gandhi started the second phase of the civil disobedience movement on 1st January 1932. Mahatma Gandhi resumed the second phase of the civil disobedience movement in January 1st, 1932. See, because he got nothing. See, Mahatma Gandhi just demanded one thing: independence. When in the Round Table Conference in London, all right, but which is never to be given to the Indian now, as of now. So Mahatma Gandhi returned to India on 1st January 1938 to again he launched the second phase of the civil disobedience movement. Because the British will never give us independence. Now, let's see the leaders. Okay, all leaders is going to be us. Even a Naga lady, Rani Kaijanlu, participate in this movement. Okay, so let's see the leaders of this movement, the most prominent leaders of the civil disobedience movement, which I'm going to give you now. Okay, the first civil disobedience movement leader was Mahatma Gandhi, and second was Abbas Tayyab. Third was Sarojini Naidu. Please write down. The first leader was Mahatma Gandhi, the second was Abbas Tayyab, and the third leader was Sarojini Naidu. Okay, one more thing. Remember. Darasana salt depot. See, Darasana salt depot means the place where the salt is manufactured. So, on 7th May 1930, it was Abbas Tayyab who have entered the Darasana salt depot in bringing the salt depot. Okay, please write down. Darasana Salt Satyagraha movement was launched on 7 May 1930 by Abbas Tayyab. Abbas Tayyab launched the Darasana South Satyagraha movement on 7 May 1930. Next is the third leader, Sarojini Naidu. Darasana South debut was written by Sarojini Naidu on 21st May 1930. Darasana South debut. I'm so sorry, it is 21st May. Okay, 21st May 1930. Was right means he has captured the area, right? Right means Sarojini Naidu has captured the Darasana Sal depot where the sal was manufactured on 21st May 1913, Gujarat again. But Darasana Sal Satyagraha was launched by Abbas Tayyab. Do not confuse that. Darasana Sal Satyagraha was launched by Abbas Tayyab on 7 May 1930. Whereas the place where the sal was manufactured was raided by Sarojini Naidu on 21st May 1930. Okay, from Northwest Frontier Brigades, that is from Pakistan, okay. Before it was known as the Northwest Frontier Pakistan, which is a part of present-day Pakistan. From there, a very important leader has come to support the call of Mahatma Gandhi, known as the Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Please write down, known as the Frontier Gandhi. Frontier Gandhi. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan is also known as the Frontier Gandhi or Kudya Khan, which means the extreme follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Extreme follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Known as the Frontier Gandhi or Kudya Kidmakar. Either break it right down, servants of God. Kudya Kidmakar means the servant of God. And Frontier Gandhi, which is known as the extreme follower of Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, he truly liked Mahatma Gandhi. That's why I'm going to follow. But extremely I'm going to follow. Frontier Gandhi, known as the Frontier Gandhi. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Northwest Frontier Province. Okay, there are so many leaders, but I think that is more enough. And one is Rani Kaidenlu, right? The leader from Nagaland, from Ziliang Naga tribe, Rani Kaidenlu, from Nagaland, from Ziliang Naga tribe. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi has called up Rani Kaidenlu, and she happily accepted. Okay, I will support you. So see, actually, Rani is not the name of Kaidenlu. Okay, Rani is the title given to this girl by Jawaharlal Nehru. Please write down. Rani, which means the queen, is the title given to Kaidenlu by Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. And she was a very exceptional one. So many people, but just write this one. Okay, next will be the individual satyagraha. Next movement. Okay, individual satyagraha. Okay, next is the individual satyagraha. Next is the individual satyagraha. Individual satyagraha is also a movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi in the year 17 October 1940. Because of only one reason. Only one reason. Second World War is going on. Okay. Second World War is going on. So what happened is that we all know Indians will never participate in any wars. We all know that we are peace-loving country. But without consulting the Indians, the British have declared that India is also at war in the Second World War. Because of this reason, in protest against declaring that India is also at war in the Second World War, Mahatma Gandhi launched the individual satyagraha in India on 17 October 1940. It is the only symbolic movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi. Please write down. On the basis of truth and non-violence. Individual satyagraha is the only symbolic movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi on the basis of truth and non-violence. Only symbolic movement. Why? We are not at war. In protest against declaring India that we are at war in the Second World War, Mahatma Gandhi says, no, we will never participate in any wars. That's the reason Mahatma Gandhi launched this movement. And first satyagraha was Acharya Vinoba. The first satyagraha was chosen as Acharya Vinoba. Second is Jawaharlal Nehru. Third is Brahmadut. Fourth is Abdul Kalam Azad. The fourth is Abdul Kalam Azad. Alright. The fourth is Abdul Kalam Azad. So these are the four important persons. These are the four important persons chosen. Okay, first is Acharya Vinoba. Second leader is Jawaharlal Nehru. The third leader is Brahmadut, and the fourth is Abdul Kalam Azad. So these are the four leaders you have to memorize. No other option. Okay, please memorize all these four persons. Who was chosen as the first individual satyagraha? Acharya Vinoba. Second is Jawaharlal Nehru. Third is Brahmadut. Fourth is Abdul Kalam Azad. On top of that, again, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the movement. Why? Because of the Japanese invasion of India. He feels like it is better to live under the British than under the Japanese. Japanese invasion is going on. All the Southeast Asian countries now. Now it has been captured by Japanese and very easily Kohima Sea. Yes or no? These are all going to be easily captured by the Japanese. So Mahatma Gandhi feels like no, it is better to live under the British than under the Japanese. That's the reason Mahatma Gandhi suspended the individual satyagraha again. Too important. Please write it down. Okay, that is the only thing. So we'll take a break now. Okay, 5-10 minutes. Let's take a break. And we have just last movement. Okay, we have just one last movement. This is the last all India political movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi before we got independent. Okay, so now we are discussing about the last political movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi, known as the Quit India movement. Quit means you leave India. He is asking the British, you have to leave India at once now, or else we will launch a movement known as the Quit India movement, do or die. Mahatma Gandhi has given the slogan, do or die, to the people of India. You have to die in the war or you have to liberate India against the British. Mightiest country in the world now. You have to fight now. So that's the reason Mahatma Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Alright. And it was a very good one. And this is the last All India political movement launched under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. After this, we got independent. Remember, Quit India movement was launched on 9 August 1942. 9 August 1942. There was a question in BSc. Mahatma Gandhi launched the movement. No. Even though he was the leader, he was arrested. Before he could launch the movement, he was arrested. So it was the followers of Mahatma Gandhi who launched the movement. It was not Mahatma Gandhi. Although it was he who was the official leader, right? But he was arrested before it was launched. So he was not the leader. He never launched the movement. In fact, his followers. So he is given the slogan, do or die. Quit India movement is also known by another name known as August Revolution, because it was launched in the month of August. August Revolution, often known as August Revolution or spontaneous movement. Spontaneous means without any plan, right? That means just suddenly you launch the movement. That's why Quit India movement is also known by another name, August Revolution, and the other is known as spontaneous movement. Spontaneous movement. Alright, this is going to be asked from a busy point of view. So please remember this movement. It is sure to be asked. And remember, do or die was the slogan given by him in this movement. Do or die is the slogan given by Mahatma Gandhi to all the people of India. You either die in this movement or you liberate India. 4 phases you will find in the launches of Quit India movement. 4 phases. So let's see the first phase. 8 August. I'm so sorry. 9 to 11 August 1942. The first phase, the most peaceful phase, is known as the first phase. 9 to 11 August 1942. Please write down. 9 August to 11 August. First phase of the movement. Peaceful meetings, demonstrations, and peaceful strikes were organized. Okay, peaceful demonstrations were organized in the first phase, 9 to 11 August 1942. Second phase. Second phase was launched from 12 August 1942 to 22nd September 1942. 12 August 1942 to 22nd September 1942. The second phase. During this phase, the movement shifted from the urban to the rural areas. In the second phase, the movement has shifted from the urban to the rural phase. This is often asked in BSc. In the second phase, what was the main important events? The movement spread from the urban from down to the village. Urban to the rural. So 12 August 1942 to 22nd September 1942. Second is the third phase. The third phase. 23rd September 1942 to Feb 1943. Okay, Feb 1943. The third phase. 23rd September 1942 to Feb 1943. 23rd September 1942 till Feb 1943. Most violent phase. Bombs were thrown now. Most violent phase is the third phase. Most violent phase. The most violent phase is this one. And the last is bombs were thrown. Okay, many people were killed in this phase. And the last phase is known as the Feb 1943 till 9 September 1944. Feb 1943 till 9 September 1944. Feb 1943 till 9 September 1944, the last phase. So in this phase, just like every week, we're celebrated as the National Week by the Indians and birth anniversary of important nationalist leaders, where birth anniversaries of important nationalist leaders were celebrated. Just like important Tatawa and Arachino, right? The important leaders of the national leaders, their birthday were celebrated. So that is the last phase. Now, see, remember this? Provisional government means burial government, okay, unrecognized government. You all know, see, we have an Indian government, right? But take the example, the underground in India might be from Jammu and Kashmir underground, or even the NACN underground in Nagaland. They are also running a government, right? Which is unrecognized by the real government. So this kind of a government, so many provisional government were formed during the Quit India movement. So these are often asked in MBC. Who formed that Quit India provisional government at which place? So let's see some of the important provisional government formed during the Quit India movement. Provisional means unrecognized or burial government. Take the example. Yes, we have Indian government, but we have NACN. They are also a government, but which is not recognized by the government of Nagaland or India. So this kind of a government. So let's see the provisional government formed during this time. Chitu Bande organized, set up a provisional government in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Chitu Bande was a revolutionist who has set up a provisional government in the city of Uttar Pradesh during the Quit India movement. And second is Osha Mehta. Osha Mehta is often asked in BSc. Who is this Osha Mehta? Osha Mehta is a lady who has set up an underground radio. Okay, for spread of information, known as the Congress radio. Osha Mehta is so famous. Why she is so famous in the Quit India movement? Because she ran a burial underground radio, known as the Congress radio, which will give you informations, right? Which will give you information. Next is Satish Chandra Samanta. Satish Chandra Samanta. In the city of West Bengal. Okay. Satish Chandra Samanta also organized a provisional government in West Bengal. Satish Chandra Samanta also organized a provisional government in West Bengal. Nana Patil in Maharashtra. Nana Patil is also another revolutionary who organized a provisional government in the city of Maharashtra. Nana Patil is a revolutionary who organized a provisional government in the city of Maharashtra. Often asked in MBSc, Madam Kini Hazra. She's a lady who has hosted the national flag on the 9th September 1942. Okay, on 23rd 29 September 1942. Okay. She hosted national flag. Because of that, she was shot dead. Because of her bravery, the Congress is given a name known as Gandhi. Madan Kini Hazra hosted the national flag of India on 29 September 1942. Because of that reason, she was shot dead. And because of that reason, she was given the nickname Gandhi Buri. And that is the end of this the Quiet India movement. Okay, so the most important thing you have to remember is this person. Mahatma Gandhi Hazra is often asked in Oshamita. This story often asked in BC. And August Quiet India movement is also known as August Revolution or Spontaneous movement. And do or die is the slogan, famous slogan given by Mahatma Gandhi. And Mahatma Gandhi never led the movement because he was arrested before he could launch the movement. His supporters have launched the movement. Alright. So next, we will discuss about the role of Subhash Chandra Bose. After this Quiet India movement, India got independent on 15 August 1947. Okay, after 5 years, now Mahatma Gandhi never launched a movement. And the government of India also the British also come to the conclusion that we will give you independence. Okay, slowly now they are showing up. Now the time has come. Next is Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. Subhash Chandra Bose, known as Netaji. Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1897 at Kotak. It's a birthday of Russia. Okay. Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1899 at Kotak, Russia. Okay, please write down. He traveled to London for civil service examination. He traveled to London for the Indian civil service and cracked the exam in 1920. He traveled to London for Indian civil services and cracked the exam in 1920. He came back to India in 1921. He came back to India in the year 1921 and participated in the non-cooperation movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi. And participated in the non-cooperation movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, Subhash Chandra Bose traveled to London for the Indian civil services and cracked the exam in 1920 and came back to India in 1921 and participated in the non-cooperation movement and was arrested. In 1922, he published an English journal known as Swaraj. Swaraj is a journal published by him. India's Struggle is a book written by him. India Struggle. Okay. India Struggle. India Struggle is a book written by him. India Struggle is a book written by India Struggle is a book written by him. India Struggle is a book written by him. Okay, next. He became the president of the Indian National Congress in the year 1934 in the Haripuri and the Tripuri season. Haripuri and the Tripuri season. Subhash Chandra Bose became the president of the Indian National Congress (INC) in the year 1934 and 1939. To be born. Subhash Chandra Bose became the president of the Indian National Congress in the year 1938. That is the Haripuri season, and in the year 1939, that is in the Tripuri season. 2 times of the election in BSc. For how many times Subhash Chandra Bose became the president of the Indian National Congress? Only 2 times. Haripuri, 1938, Tripuri season, 1939. But remember, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the presidency of the Tripuri region because of differences with Mahatma Gandhi and from the forward bloc. Forward bloc. 1939. Right? Because of differences with Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the INC. He said that there's only one difference. Mahatma Gandhi wants to achieve independence by force, by non-violence, right? But Subhash Chandra Bose said, no, we have to shed blood. Give me blood and I'll give you freedom. It's the slogan of Subhash Chandra Bose, the famous slogan, give me blood and I will give you freedom. So now there will occur differences. There occurred differences. Because of that reason, Subhash Chandra Bose said, okay, let me resign. So on 22nd June 1939, the forward bloc was formed by Subhash Chandra Bose for the liberation of India. Extremists, okay, he will shed blood. Forward bloc is a bloc formed by Subhash Chandra Bose after he resigned from the Indian National Congress. 22nd June 1939, we will shed blood to get independent from India. That's the reason. So, 22nd June 1939, he formed the forward bloc for liberation of India. So now we all know, obviously, now he will run away from India. Let's see, okay. Subhash Chandra Bose will take so many nicknames, too important. Subhash Chandra Bose is going to run away from India now. As of now, he's in India. He's a follower of Mahatma Gandhi, so non-violent. But no, now once he's trying to kill the Britishers, he needs to run away from India. So let's see to which country he has traveled. What is the name he has taken? Okay, the name that he has taken. Let's see. Okay, please write down. In January 1941, he escaped to Afghanistan. And adopted the name Muhammad Zaidin. Muhammad Zaidin. In January 1941, Subhash Chandra Bose escaped to Afghanistan and take a name known as Muhammad Zaidin. he flew to Russia. He flew to Russia and finally reached Germany in April 1941. He escaped to Afghanistan in January 1941. He escaped to Afghanistan. He flew to Russia and finally reached Germany in April 1941. Subhash met Hitler under the name Orlando Mazzotta. And in this year, he met Hitler under the Orlando Mazzotta. Orlando Mazzotta is the name taken by this man. Okay, Orlando Mazzotta. Subhash and Bose met Hitler under the name Orlando Mazzotta. With the help of Hitler, he formed the Freedom Army, known as the Mukti Sena. Known as the Mukti Sena. Known as the Mukti Sena. The Freedom Army, known as the Mukti Sena. With the help of Hitler, he formed the Mukti Sena, which means the Freedom Army. Mukti Sena, which means the Freedom Army. He gave the famous slogan, Chai Hind. He gave the famous slogan, Chai Hind. Chai Hind means victory to India, okay? From Germany. He gives the famous slogan, Chai Hind, from the Free India Center, Germany. From the Free India Center, Germany. So remember, Chai Hind was given in which country? From Germany. In November 1941, in Germany, he formed two organizations. In November 1941, in Germany, he started two organizations known as Free India Radio and Free India Society. In November 1941, in Germany, he started two organizations, Free India Society and Free India Radio. Free India Society and Free India Radio. Okay, so this is the two organizations founded by him in Germany. So that is all about the initial stage. He became the president of the INC. He resigned. He ran away to Afghanistan, from Afghanistan to Russia, from Russia to Germany, and now he took the help of Hitler. Now he will come back to India. Okay, now but not to India. Firstly, he will try to enter the Southeast Asia, Singapore. Okay, now from there, from Europe, he took the help. Now he will come to Southeast Asia. From there, they will merge into India. Okay, so let's see now. So now let's see. Next is Mohan Singh. Okay, take the example of Mohan Singh. 1st September 1942. Please write down the idea of creating an army for fighting against the British imperialists. The idea of creating an army. The idea of creating an army for fighting against the British imperialists. The idea of creating an army for fighting against the British imperialists was the idea of Mohan Singh, an Indian army officer. Mohan Singh. What's the idea of Mohan Singh, an Indian army officer? Captain Mohan Singh established the Indian army on 1st September 1942. Do you know? Captain Mohan Singh established the Indian National Army on 1st September 1942. It is like this. This Mohan Singh established the Indian Army with the help of the Japanese force. Okay, with the help of the Japanese people. But the Japanese has asked Mohan Singh, you can form your army, but not more than 2,000. You can form your national army to fight against the British, but you just form 2,000, not more than 2,000. But this person, he wants to increase to 20,000. So he was arrested. Because of that reason, the Japanese have arrested this person. Even though it was the Japanese who helped Mohan Singh establish Indian National Army, he was arrested. So because of that reason, now Mohan Singh has given the leadership of the Indian National Army to Subhash Chandra Bose, which is considered the supreme commander. So the question is too important in BSc. Who established Indian National Army? It should be Mohan Singh, not Subhash Chandra Bose. But who is the supreme commander, or who is the most important leader of the Indian National Army, or who revolutionized the Indian National Army? It is Mohan Singh. It is Subhash Chandra Bose. Too tricky. Too tricky, okay. Who is the supreme commander? Who is the person who revolutionized? It is Subhash. But who formed the Indian National Army? Your answer should be Mohan Singh on 1st September 1942. The date is too important. 1st September 1942. So now let's see. Now let's see this right now. Mohan Singh was arrested. Mohan Singh was arrested by Japanese forces. With regard to the rising of the army, Mohan Singh was arrested by Japanese forces because of differences to rise the national army. The second phase of the formations of the Indian National Army. The second phase of the formations of the Indian National Army. The second phase of the formation of the Indian National Army began with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in Singapore. The second phase of the formations of the Indian National Army began with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in Singapore. But before that, he had reached Tokyo, the capital of Japan, and met Japanese Prime Minister Dojo under the name Abid Hussain. Abid Hussain, often asked in ABC. Before Subhash Chandra Bose reached Singapore, he already met Japanese Prime Minister known as Dojo, under the name Abid Hussain. Subhash Chandra Bose's name in Japanese is Abid Hussain. Okay, in Afghanistan, Muhammad Zaidin. In Germany, Orlando Mazoda. 3 nicknames. No confusion. Abid Hussain is the name of Subhash Chandra Bose in Japanese. And he met the Prime Minister Dojo. Often asked, who was the Prime Minister who Subhash has met? It is Prime Minister Dojo. Next. He came to Singapore. He came to Singapore in 1943. And on 5th July 1943, he reunited the Indian National Army and became the supreme commander. He came to Singapore in 1943. And on 5th July 1943, he reunited the Indian National Army and became the brigade commander. He came to Singapore in 1943, and on 5th July 1943, he reunited the Indian National Army and became the supreme commander. He gave 2 slogans. Delhi Jalo in Jai Hind. He raised 2 slogans. Delhi Jalo in Jai Hind. Delhi Jalo means march on to Delhi, okay? And Jai Hind means victory to India. He gives the slogan, give me blood and I will give you freedom. He gives the slogan, give me blood and I will give you freedom in Malaya. Malaya or Malaysia? Okay, Malaya or Malaysia. He gives 2 slogans, give me blood and I will give you freedom in Malaya or Malaysia. On 21st October 1943, he formed a provisional government. We all know what is a provisional government now, right? Yes, first bench. What is this provisional government? Yes? Yes. First bench. What is this provisional government? You often find? Yes. Recognized government. Yes, yes, the federal government. Yeah, so Subhash was also going to form a provisional government in Singapore on the 1st October 1943 with three departments. Okay. H.C. Chatterjee, who will take the whole role of a finance minister. M.A. Ansari, broadcasting minister. Swaminathan. Next is Swaminathan. Lakshmi Swaminathan, Women Department Minister. On the 1st October 1943, Subhash Chandra Bose has formed a provisional government in Singapore with three departments. H.C. Chatterjee as the finance minister, M.A. Ansari as the broadcasting minister, Lakshmi Swaminathan as the women department minister. Only three departments. And he has formed three brigade. Three brigade. Okay. Brigade means something to do with the army. Something to do with the Padalan armies, right? Just like this Padalan has 500 soldiers, this Padalan had 500 soldiers, right? So three brigades. Name after three person, important person. Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Subhash. He has formed three brigades. Name is too important. Gandhi Brigade, Subhash Brigade, and Jawaharlal Nehru Brigade. Only three brigades. Subhash Brigade, Gandhi Brigade, and Jawaharlal Nehru Brigade. One for lady, Rani of Jhansi. One lady brigade, Rani of Jhansi. Rani of Jhansi, a lady brigade. Rani Lakshmibai, the famous leader in the revolt of 1857. So he also formed a lady unit. That's all. Three brigades. So these are all out of march in India, right? They are taking training in Singapore now, and they will come to India. Okay, please write down again once more. The Indian National Army headquarters was shifted to Rangoon in Burma. Rangoon in Burma. From Singapore, he shifted to Burma. Rangoon is a place in Burma, okay, in the year 1944. On November 6, 1943, on November 6, 1943, Andaman and Nicobar Island was given by the Japanese Army to Indian National Army. On November 6, 1943, Andaman and Nicobar Island was given by the Japanese Army to the Indian National Army and were renamed as Shahid. Shahid Dweep and Swaraj Dweep. Three important. On 6 November 1943, Andaman and Nicobar Island was given by the Japanese Army to the Indian National Army and were renamed as Shahid Dweep and Swaraj Dweep. On 6 July 1944, on 6 July 1944, Subhash Chandra Bose called Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation for the first time. On 6 July 1944, Subhash Chandra Bose called Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation from the Azad Hind Radio. From the Azad Hind Radio. From the Azad Hind Radio. The first person the gold soul. The first person the gold soul. In India, okay. It was Subhash Chandra Bose who first called Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation. On 6 July 1944 from the Azad Hind Radio. Indian National Army stood first on the Indian soil on 18 March 1944 in Bishnupur district of Manipur. Indian National Army landed for the first time in Indian soil in Manipur on 18 March 1944 in the Bishnupur district. Okay, Bishnupur district. Moirang is the place. Moirang is the place where the national flag was hosted. It's in Manipur, right? It's in Bishnupur district. Moirang, M-O-I-R-A-N-G. Moirang is the place where the national flag was hosted, and it is in Bishnupur district in Manipur for the first time. 18 March 1944. The Indian National Army hosted the national flag of India for the first time in the city of Bishnupur district in the Moirang area. Unfortunately, Subhash Chandra Bose was killed in an air crash in Darwin on 18 August 1945. 18 August 1945. Okay. Taipei means present day Darwin. Present day Darwin. Taipei, which is present day Darwin. Which is present day Darwin. 18 August 1945 in Taipei, which is the present day Darwin. Okay, now Netaji, right? Netaji. Subhash Chandra Bose is known as Netaji. But why? Netaji means respected by all. Okay, Netaji means respected by all. The meaning of Netaji means respected by all. And this is the name given to Subhash Chandra Bose by the people of Indians living in Germany. Okay, Netaji is the name given to Subhash Chandra Bose by the people of the Indians living in Germany. And what is the meaning of Mahatma? Mahatma means the great soul, right? And this was given by, first it was called by Subhash Chandra Bose, father of the nation. Now, the political guru. We all know they are too powerful, right? But they have their own advisors. Alright. So, Mahatma Gandhi also has a political guru known as Gopala Krishna Gokhale. Please write down. Gopala Krishna Gokhale is the political guru of Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahathir Desai is his private secretary. Okay. Gopala Krishna Gokhale is the political guru of Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahathir Desai is his personal secretary. And second is Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose. Let's see the Subhash Chandra Bose. His political guru is Chittaranjan Das. Chittaranjan Das. Chittaranjan Das is his political guru of Subhash Chandra Bose. Chittaranjan Das is the political guru of Subhash Chandra Bose. We will stop here for today. Okay. And from tomorrow, we will have English class. Okay, 10:30. 10:30 is our timing. And tomorrow, please, is the most important. Remember, tomorrow you have to come. Tomorrow is too important. At least these 10 days, okay. Learn the basic English grammar. Learn the basic English grammar. And this is too important from the intrinsic point of view. We'll see you tomorrow.